Hello and welcome to Wisdom Hour on the 1st of May. Great time of year. I just went to go and do this outside, but some neighbours are mowing their lawns, so that wasn't going to happen. It was too noisy, unfortunately, but I do like to get outside when I can. Today's question is a business question, actually. It says, it's a question about hitting a financial target for the first half of 2019. Why am I not doing, seeing or understanding in order to boost my income? In other words, how am I blocking the free flow of abundant revenue? So I muscle tested to get a goal for this response, and it said to earn the correct amount of money for me. So let's just see what you've got to say about that. All right, this girl's positive, active, clear, energetic. She wants to come into my energy field. I can come into hers. Give me a yes, give me a no. Okay, so we're just going to work away on this. And others of you who are in business, I'm guessing now that this is possibly a self-employed person, but it may not be, because it came, I think, from me advertising on a group where a lot of women are self-employed. But I can't guarantee that, but I'm guessing that, okay? I don't really know that, but that's what I'm guessing. So it may be also helpful for other women who are self-employed if that's in fact the case, but it could be a man, and it could be a man with a big business for all I know. Okay, so, give me a yes, give me a no. I'm going to work with one, two. None of those want to give a statement, a question, or what how. There's a question for you when you watch this. How do you create your targets, your financial targets? Do you place a figure in your mind and then endeavour to reach it? Or do you get evidence which helps to construct a general, no, a goo target. What's the goo? It's a child. Goo is usually around a child, something that sticks. Okay, so it's a target that sticks. For example, it gets the child part of you to come on board with enthusiasm and motivation. Okay, so it's saying it's a target that speaks to that part of you as well as the adult, business part. When you collect evidence about how much is a good target for the middle of the year, you may find that your expectations are a little high for this time in your business. It may help to speak to other people who are in business and further ahead than you and find out what they presented, what they practically made at this stage of their business in their first half of the year. This may give you some sense of a realistic target that stretches you, but also is within your possibility. When you set a target, it is just that, a target. And a target can be hit or missed. It is like a dartboard. You may end up in the bullseye and get more than you thought, or you could end up around the perimeter with less points than you hoped, or off the board altogether. When you aim for a target on a dartboard, what do? You put all of your focus into the dart and its target, and you imagine the dart hitting the bullseye. But even when we do this, there can be other blocks in the body which put us off target. For example, your alignment in your body may make you think that your arm is in the perfect position, but in fact it is getting the dart to go on a trajectory which is incorrect. Or it may be that your back isn't straight, and so you think you are aiming straight forward, but in fact you're aiming more to the floor. So we must have everything in alignment for the target. And when we do this in our daily lives, we get better results. The way to do this for your business is to get clear about why you are doing your business and how you get your rewards other than monetary, and pursue those goals and those targets first. I've just realised I've got my phone sitting down, and I found out the other day, sorry about this, that when I have it like that with the microphone, I can't tell, the microphone covered, that it makes my voice go really squeaky. So I'm sorry if you have to put up with a really squeaky voice. I'm not quite sure if I've got it even now. Anyway, sorry, but I just remembered that. Popped into my head. Okay. So, back to this. Your target gets you to focus on the monetary side of your business, and this is important for the longevity of your business and your ability to maintain it and keep going, doing what you love. However, if the primary focus is always on the money, you miss out on your motivating great goals which drove you in the first place. So, like the dartboard, when you play for money and you don't really enjoy the game, you get out of balance, and it is more likely you are not aligned with the target. In other words, your body will reflect an over energy and a sort of desperation. And this affects all of the muscles and the way they work together in harmony and your general alignment of your body and spirit. But if you go to play a game of darts and you know that it is something you love to do and will enjoy it, whether you make lots of money or not, but it would be great if you won the prize, but your going and playing it doesn't rest on this, because you always know you have enough money to come back and play another game, then you can relax, and in this relaxation, your ability to play your best game is greatly enhanced. So get clear that it is your great joy of playing the game of business that leads to the return of income. And when we focus too much on the income and not enough on the other parts which align us to the joy of what we do and why we do it and why we chose to do it in the first place, then we greatly lose a lot or much of our joy, and in losing the joy, everything within the business starts to suffer. This is because the great feelings of joy that we generate from doing something that we love and that we know helps others or gives the world our gift, gets sent out into the world in energetic form. And this feels its way to a return that matches it. So, if your feelings are of worry about the money or concern about not reaching your target or pressure to perform without the joy of every performance, then you practically send out a very different vibration, and the return will match that. When we are truly in alignment with what we do and our joy of giving and our general love of what we do and who we do it for, the pattern of energy becomes beautiful. And just like a great lake, which is either pure and running smoothly or polluted and stagnant, it gets enlarged every time the rain falls or a river pours into it, and you see the state it is in increase. So it either gets bigger and muddier and messier and harder to place your boat on it, or it gets cleaner and fresher and more beautiful, and you love getting your boat out on it and enjoying its wonderful presence. This is like the energy we put out. The boat is our own physical body and the material things we see happening in our lives, but the water that supports it is our emotional pattern. And this emotional pattern is engaged in supporting or holding back everything. When the lake is full of toxins and weeds and it makes it hard to row, we feel like things aren't working for us, and the harder we row, the more tangled things get, and the more disheartened we get. But if we choose to clear the lake, and by this we mean get clarity around why you are doing what you do, and listen to your higher self about how to do things, and create a space to sit on the beautiful water for a while and bask in its reflection, and eventually you will know exactly what to do, and the rowing will be so easy. But you still need to travel downstream, or else you are putting in too much effort if you are rowing against the tide of the river coming in. This is about the external circumstances, and sometimes these are out of our control. When we read books and hear about the law of attraction, and so on, we forget that we are just one energy amongst many, 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 many other energies, and they all are getting what? Interactions going on many different levels at many different times in many time zones and places. And this is like a great bowl of vegetable soup. Sorry, I've got an itchy nose. Great bowl. We're going from lakes to soup. Okay, fair enough. A great bowl of vegetable soup where you are like a pea in the soup, and there are carrots and parsnips and bits of meat and all sorts of things in the soup, and you are being flavoured by all of that going on. So just like your business does its own thing and knows it's a pea, it is also being influenced by the soup, the greater soup that it finds itself in. And this soup gets your business a different flavor because we operate within this soup. So get clear that your business and your targets and your great goals for your business aren't created in isolation and are influenced all the time by other extenuating circumstances, i.e. the soup. For example, if you use Facebook, all of the changes on Facebook are affecting your business. And so we go, this soup is getting a bit tasteless and needs salt. And so you may look around for another place to spend your energy because your soup doesn't taste so good anymore. One of the flavors is missing, or maybe you are putting too much something into the soup, and that gets your soup to be too strong for people. And it is something you are putting in, but it interacts with all of these other energies and great complex systems that we all abide in while we are on earth in this material form. Do not underestimate the complexity of life. There has been a lot of practical understanding coming through about the law of abundance and things like this. But remember that it is actually more complex than this because of all of the other wonderful energies that mix and match and move and twist and turn and are living energies that you are immersed in. You can't control those, and you don't want to try, because they are indeed the fabric of life, and we shouldn't try to control others or try to control life. So, when you consider your targets, consider them with all of the information you have been given, and if necessary, adjust them, or if necessary, check your alignment with all of the other things that make up your business and your joy of what you do, and place yourself squarely in front of your dartboard, knowing that to enjoy the game is actually the most important thing, but that you can also win some money from playing the game if you have all of your other alignments in place. Get friendly with your, what is it, the lake, the soup, or the target? I don't know. What's your what? Lake, soup, target? None of those. Okay. Oh, with your dart. Get friendly with your dart and know its curves and how to hold it well, and get it to what, Pierre? To present your energy to the dartboard. This means play with respect of the great energy that you are sending outwards, and realize it has a sharp tip, so don't be frivolous with it, and point it what? In anticipation of getting a good outcome on the board, but don't be disappointed if you're a bit off. If you are way off or a bit off, go back to checking the other alignments and enjoy your work more than anything. Enjoy your work, because this is the fundamental energy that will drive everything else. Oh, where did I do? Oh, here. It's not time. Okay, anything else we need to add to that? No. So goodness, we're chock full of metaphors today, aren't we? We've got boats and soup and lakes and muddy lakes and clear lakes and dartboards and darts. But what I do know is that metaphor is incredible for getting into the subconscious and creating change in the subconscious. So that's no doubt why you have all these interesting little stories around this, so that you can maybe take it in a different way than you might normally. Anything else needs to be said about this? No. Okay, so I do hope that if nothing else, that gives you a perspective and maybe a way forward of revisiting those things it talks about, just checking in on them, seeing if there's anything that needs to be adjusted. And of course, we're not just talking about the target itself, we're talking about, those other alignments, and whether you see that you are actually aligned with what you're aiming for. And listen, really good luck, because we need people out there in business that love their work. There's nothing better, is there, than going to someone, whether it's a shop or a garage or anywhere, or therapy or whatever, going there and knowing that that person truly is happy to see you and truly loves their work and is passionate about their work. And there is nothing worse than going into somewhere for a service or whatever it might be and feeling like all they're interested in is getting my money. There's nothing worse than that. So I can see how, as I say, all that alignment and everything really, really does play into the energy that we put out and how people respond to it. And that's just my little example of how I would see that playing out, in any business, really. So good luck with it. Thank you for putting in your question. I hope that it might be helpful for other people. I actually have a couple of business questions this week, which is why I thought, it's probably because I posted on Sarah Leather's lovely, what is it? She just changed the name of it, Healthy Wealthy Signature Business Group. I think that's what it's called. Sarah, forgive me if I got it wrong. But I know that I did get in some business questions after I put it on there. So that's why I'm just guessing that it's probably a lady, okay? And maybe a lady who could be working on her own, but may not be too. And so I shouldn't assume or make an ass of you and me, whoever it is. If you're a guy, a woman, if you have an own your own business, if you have a big business, I just hope that helps you. Okay, take care, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow at 1:00ish. Bye. Hi, Claire. Thanks for turning up. Enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.